Hello and welcome to this presentation. This is Jan Rognerud, founder of chaosmap.com. I'm going to take you through how to set up a traditional call funnel with metrics and custom columns inside the Google Ads Manager. There are clearly many third-party systems and software, even Google Analytics GA4 now, but there's nothing like looking at the source. And you can do this fairly easily inside the Google system, inside the Ads Manager. So this is the how to configure settings for search and YouTube ads. We run search and YouTube ads, that's why. But you can do it obviously for the entire ecosystem within Google. Ultimately, the reason why we're doing this is so that you can get more clients and sales, because you can optimize with the right metrics looking at the source. A disclaimer on that is you are likely also using third-party systems, as I said, to report on this. So there's always a variation slash a audit that needs to happen to make sure all the numbers are correct. So you need to look at the right data. And one way you can do that, if you're buying media through Google and through the Ads Manager here, is to actually look at it inside of the Ads Manager. So step one here is we talk about conversion actions, and this is really what I call the Google algo juice. Basically, you are telling Google these are the conversion points that are most interesting to you and also useful and valuable. So once you set this up, you'll be able to refer back to that as activity is happening in your funnel, and you send it back to Google and it says, aha, you want this. Okay, we'll give you more of this stuff, right? Very similar to how Facebook does this through the conversion API and the pixel, but we're talking about Google here. So the first step is to set up the conversion actions. And the way you do this, put this together in a couple of bullets here. Basically, you set this up. We like the manual option. There are more and more automations happening inside the Google Ads Manager, new features coming out. You can, they allow you to scan your website now, right? And looking for conversion points or scripts that are already deployed, potentially. But we're assuming this is a brand new setup. So you go to Tools and Settings, Measurement, Conversions. You create and pick the category Submit Lead Form, because the first assumption is somebody submits a lead, name, email, that type of thing. And that would be kind of the application step, because we have many steps within this, which is a survey option. And we're not going to get into that here. Just suffice it to say there are really two steps that you want to track here at the highest level. And that is, did they submit an application and did they book an appointment? And so those are the two things that we're looking for in this scenario. Now, your scenario may be different. You can set those up accordingly to whatever is going on in your funnel, in your world. But this is how we've set it up. And these are systems that we have run hundreds of thousands of dollars through, and they work, right? And Google works. And YouTube is fantastic for this coaching expert and business owner type of business. So whether it's typically B2B, but also B2C, depending on where you're at. Then you want to confirm those tags. We use Google Tag Manager for that. And get those scripts placed and verified. Make sure that everything fires correctly. And you assign both of these to submissions, the application and schedule, as primary action points. Those are the two things that you want to essentially tell Google about, so that Google can optimize the bids and make sure that the reports and everything looks cool, right? And once this is set up, Google will start recording as visitors flow through the funnel. And I just put here down at the bottom an example of what that might look like from a script perspective. There's going to be a AW dash, and there's going to be a code, and essentially a script that you place on that conversion point. So once they have submitted and they go to the thank you page at whatever level they're at, that's where that script goes. We're not going to deal with enhanced conversions for now. That's a little more complex topic, but you'll see that inside your setup, but you can skip that for now. And once you're done, it's going to look something like this, where you have a conversion name, the goal and action, etc., etc. You can leave the click-through, engage view, those types of conversion windows the same. Attribution, we like to go with the defaults here. We can play with these settings later, but this is how we set everything up. And where at the bottom you get the tag options to install the tag yourself or use Google Tag Manager. We use Google Tag Manager. Once this is set up and you've set up both of those two, you're good to go. That means we can actually now, where everything is verified, move to step 2. So don't go to step 2 without step 1, guys and gals. And that's where we're going to create the custom columns and these metrics for each funnel step now as we go through. So the first thing to do is to actually find out what are the particular options that you want to track. Here we have the application rate, the conversion rate on the landing page, cost per app, conversion schedule, cost per schedule, schedule rate, conversion submit app. All of these are the essentials that we want to track in this example. And you can get to this inside the columns option in Google Ads Manager. You have to scroll down a little bit to custom columns, and that's where you add it. Now there's some detail around how this is set up in terms of what to click where and how. Shoot us a note. We'll be happy to share another follow-up video if you have some detailed questions on this, or also book an appointment. That's a sales pitch here to try and help you out. Anyway, here we go. Application rate. So that's the first one where they actually have submitted an application. We want to make sure that we know what those are, and we can do that by using a custom conversion submit app divided by clicks. And this is how you get the percentage. And you want to make sure you do the percent option in terms of data format. And again, I'm going to go through fairly quickly here. Just suffice it to say, you have the option to actually track the application rate inside the Google Ads Manager by doing this custom setup. The next one is cost per application, right? So this is the cost divided by conversions submit application. That would be in that first step 1 setup. So you just simply divide that and you use a number format here to get the cost per application. And I'll show you what this looks like in the end. Here we have number of applications submitted. So simply we just take the conversions, the submit application from our setup from step 1, and that's all we do. And you can actually click on it and you get a little drop down menu on the right hand side, and that's where you can check or uncheck that particular option. In our case, it's submit application. Conversion schedule, same thing here. Basically just pick the conversion schedule from that custom setup and make sure you have the data format here as numbers. Next one is conversion schedule rate. This is the percent rate of scheduled conversions. Basically it's the book calls, right? So here you have conversion schedule divided by clicks used as a percent option. Cost per booked call, very important. This is a great metric to report back to your peers and or your clients in terms of how well you're doing for the ads as well as the funnel. There are 2 components that are very important. Cost divided by conversions and the schedule number. Again, a data format is number here, cost per schedule. And then we like to track the landing page conversion rate. It starts with the click clearly coming from your search ad or YouTube ads. However, a lot of those can be considered vanity metrics. You can have a fairly high click cost, but a great conversion rate, especially for high ticket. So all of these things need to be reviewed and discussed and potentially be optimized. But here we have a great opportunity conversion rate on the landing page to optimize it to make sure that you're getting the best engagement from your landing pages. Generally speaking, depending on your business, if you see a 15 to 20% conversion rate here on the landing page in that first step, that can be considered good. But it's all relative here. But I would say if you're getting under 5%, something is seriously wrong. So you need to take a look at that. So conversions, obviously here, divided by clicks. Make sure you have the data format as percent. And step 3, so this is the final results dashboard. Here's what it ends up looking like. So this is a timeline period for the last 7 days. in this example. And here we can see the conversions on the left-hand side, the conversion rate on the landing page, not too bad. 1614, this is actually YouTube and search ads in this example. Click cost, cost per conversion, but here we go. Conversions for submitting apps, all right? Cost per app, conversion schedule, cost per schedule, application rate, meaning percent rate, schedule percent rate. And the rest are optimization strategies that we're working on for YouTube in specific there with the frequencies, etc. But there you go. So now I can basically run any timeline and report back, here's what it's costing you, the client, and or your business to acquire a lead from the top end of the funnel all the way to the back end where they actually book a call and they have been scheduled, right? So $126.01 here in this example, $113.74 cost per app. Pretty good numbers in this case because we have a high ticket offer here. And so this works. But the key here is to make sure that you're actually setting these guys up and that it matches your back end. So in a traditional lead generation system for the call funnel that we're dealing with here, many of our clients, you want to make sure that you track this on the back end and have a tight integration with your sales team because clearly you can optimize all day long here as an excellent media buyer and strategist. But if your sales team does not have a script and or a flow that helps to close that business, they'll be looking at you as the fall guy, right? And this has happened. This is not new. This is an ongoing battle, but an ongoing opportunity for really growing and scaling the business. So I just wanted to close out with this example and hope this is helpful for you. I know this is kind of a quick video here, but we wanted to make this available to you. And if you have any questions, just go to chaosmap.com, chaosmap.com. My name is Jan Rognerud, and it's been a pleasure putting this together for you. And I'll talk to you in the next video. Thank you.